Hi everyone, welcome back to Safe Space. I know that I haven't been consistently uploading, but I was like, what better time than uploading it during my birthday week? Yes, I'm a Libra. No, I'm kidding. But I turned 27 this week, and I had this great idea, I guess. But I've seen other people do videos like this, but I was like, it would be nice to reflect on my life, what I've learned throughout my life so far, even though I'm still pretty young. I turned 27 and I was like, maybe I can do like 27 things that I've learned in my 27 years of life on this earth. And also, don't mind my little play in water bottle here. I was having some cheesecake. And if anyone's Turkish and watches this, I'll just say it's ev hali, like it's like when you're comfortable at home. And I was just having some cheesecake because for those that don't know, you get shit ton of free stuff from a lot of places when it's your birthday. So I got a cheesecake slice from Paris Baguette, and I was excited first. I was like eating it before I started recording this, and I won't eat it right now, of course, but I just didn't move it, so it just ended up being there. And I know I'm blabbing on, but I am excited for this video because I really took I think it was 2 to 3 days to write down everything that I was thinking of. And I also even got a bonus, one from my sister, so she's featured on here too. Shout out Jaren. But I wrote 27 things that I've learned, and I'm going to read through them. I know it's not going to be like me talking through it, but I did write them down in a way that I could easily read through them and be able to convey the message of what I was talking about on those 27 points. So let's get started. The first one, I said, you can never know everything. Just when you think you figured it out, life will throw you a curveball, so don't rely on what you know, but be ready to handle life when things change. Number 2, enjoy the stage you are in now. We are constantly striving and looking around for validation or to see if we're where we are supposed to be based on what other people our age are doing. But that's not really helpful. You can't look at someone else's life for direction in yours. It's like watching another car drive next to you on the road instead of looking at the road ahead of you. You will cause more problems for yourself and everyone else when you're not on your path. Number 3, build a strong internal compass and foundation for when things go wrong. It's inevitable that some things will go wrong at some point in your life. We can't always predict it either, unfortunately. For example, my internal compass is doing things I enjoy as hobbies, taking care of my physical and mental health, and turning within when I need to anchor myself. I like to exercise or be outside for a walk, do something creative like drawing or painting, journaling, which has been a huge one for me, reading, and doing tarot readings. And now for my next point, number 4. If you don't already have, get some hobbies. You can't always rely on external stimuli to keep you engaged, happy, and content. It just isn't realistic. Even if your hobbies involve other people, for example, I've been going to these spin classes that I enjoy, which involve other people, of course. Find something that doesn't necessarily rely on other people for the plans to be executed, but has other people included in case that's what you like. What I mean is, if you only go to the gym when your friend is available, that's not really a hobby. Okay, so number 5, build trust in yourself. If you don't trust yourself, how can other people? You have to be reliable and show up for yourself at all times. I know there are people who want or expect you to show up for them, and we're in this mindset sometimes that we should only care for ourselves or others, and there are such mixed messages out there. But you can show up for people while also showing up for yourself. If you don't have the capacity to show up for others this week, for example, then be graceful with yourself and show up for yourself instead. And then next week, you can show up for others too. Number 6, explore your core values. Do an online assessment. If you are not sure of your direction in life, the fastest and easiest way to figure out what you want is to find out what your core values are. This can be done with an online assessment, or you can pull up a list of core values online, Write them on a piece of paper and cross out ones that don't resonate until you have 10 or so left. Then circle the top 3 to 5 that resonate with you the most. From here, you can ask yourself, if one of your core values is honesty, for example, am I living up to this for myself and others in how you show up your life? Like, are you living up to that core value of yours? Number 7, be ready to lose people. As we move through different stages in life, we get so hell-bent on clinging onto people and relationships that mean most to us. But sometimes if a person brings you more pain and stress than helping uplift you, it's okay to take a step back. It doesn't make them a bad person, but maybe they're just not good to you. This includes family too. Number 8, prioritize your physical health. If there's one thing I have found to be correlated in my life, it is that if I'm not working out or taking care of my physical health, I also feel like shit. It's true. You don't have to be an athlete, but you need to feel strong and healthy. Number 9, travel or have planned events to look forward to. I think that life feels more exciting when you have something planned that you are looking forward to. It doesn't have to be a big event. It can be a monthly date you plan for yourself, but do it consistently so you can have something to look forward to. Not everything is about success and reaching your goals. And so what if you reach your goals you've been working so hard towards? Then what? Like, what's the next thing, right? Like, we always get to a point where, you know, you achieve your goal and you just kind of sit there. Like, you should feel better than you do, but really, like, satisfaction and happiness and contentment with your life comes from within. So, you know, nurture those things as just as much. Number 10, be okay with the mundane moments in between the big milestones. I think we forget that life isn't all about the big things. It's like the little moments that you live through each day. It's the little moments that you live through each day. The boring weekly routines and work. No one has an exciting life 24/7, unlike what social media makes us believe nowadays. Number 11, stay off social media to recharge. I've been taking breaks from social media lately, and I have done multiple times in the past. We are so overwhelmed and mentally loaded from consuming so much all the time. Take a break, let your brain rest and reset, let your body reset. Find other things to do in the meantime. Trust me, you'll be okay if you're not always tuned into everyone or into everything 24/7. That one's a big one, I think. Especially lately with everything going on in the world, of course. Number 12, accept that life is a lonely journey. You will have family, friends, partners, colleagues, and acquaintances come and go, but you will always be left with yourself. People can be there for you and help you, but they can't make the decisions for you or feel your feelings for you. So take care of yourself and be graceful with yourself through it all. Number 13, don't accept advice or criticism from anyone that you wouldn't trade lives with. I think this one's a pretty important one too. A lot of times we get hurt by people's words or doubt our own decisions based on someone else's opinion. Think to yourself, is this path I'm walking on a path anyone I know has been on? Then take their advice if that's the case. If you know that person has walked through the same path you're trying to walk through. But if not, disregard what they say and do what you need to do. Sometimes people close to us think they know best, but no one can tell you the truth and calling that comes from your intuition and from your own heart. That is something no one can know but you. This is very inspirational, guys. Number 14, we have a long way to go. We're about maybe like halfway. Number 14, only prioritize 3 things at a time. I can only focus on 3 goals per year. And this is true, according to a research study I have read. I can try to find it if anyone's interested in reading, but I read it a long time ago. Our brains can't focus on too many things before getting stressed, but we also do need a little bit of direction to know where we're going. So instead of setting crazy goals, set some priorities. For example, one of my priorities is always my health, whether that means going to the doctor for a checkup or getting myself to the gym on a regular basis. It is always in the back of my mind, right? So prioritize 3 things. It can be very general, but then set your goals around the priority. But when you have priorities set, then you know like those things comes before other things, unless something really bad happens, and you know then you have to deal with those instant like circumstances. But yeah, set 3 priorities. 15, don't make a partner or dating the center of your life. Yes, we all hear that material things won't be what you take with you at the end of this life, but neither can people be. Hope that makes sense. Don't see marriage or a relationship as the end all be all to your happiness, because it's not. You will either end up putting too much pressure on yourself, your partner, or the relationship. Pursue your own path alongside a partner. If you are meant to be, you will be. People who love you will make sacrifices to be with you, and vice versa. Yep. Number 16. Don't give money as a loan, give it as a gift. Make this a boundary for yourself. If you want to give money away because you genuinely want to help or someone asked for your help, then that's great. But don't sit there expecting them to pay it back within a month. Circumstances change. People may be going through tough times and not be able to pay you back. And if you're going to put yourself in a tough place by lending money, then don't. It's not about being stingy. It's about self-preservation. Always ask yourself, will I be lending this money or can I afford to just give it away? I think that's a pretty big one too. Number 17, shine your light and make yourself uncomfortable. We grow the most when we push our own limits, whatever that looks like for you. I have been struggling with this for some time now too, myself. But I realized that when you dim your own light or don't push your limits and be the best person you can be, then you become the shell of a person after some time. Don't do that to yourself. Love yourself and show it in your actions too. Be excited to see people, tell people you love them. Just be you. But don't be afraid to show yourself. And if people don't like you, then go find others that will. We stay stuck and beg people for the bare minimum sometimes, but just move on. It may be hard now, but it gets better over time. Trust me. 18. Don't stay in places, situations, or in relationships longer than you need to. I know we all do it because we have lessons to learn, and sometimes it's hard because we don't know if it's the right thing to do in the moment. But if there's a nagging feeling that just keeps whispering to you, then take your own advice. We love to give advice to others all the time, but for once, just take your own advice, please. 19. Antidote to depression and anxiety is action. What I mean is, when you're struggling with depression, laziness, or procrastination, give yourself 5 seconds to get up. We all deal with these emotions from time to time or for long periods, but the only antidote is action. For me, for example, I have a lot of anxiety, and sometimes it can spiral into depression if I don't check myself. When you fall into this pit and can't get out, set some very basic goals for the day, week, or the month, and just get up and do it. You will hate it. You will just probably want to rot in bed or sleep, but trust me, it will only make it worse over time. Think about your future self and do the things that would make you proud when you look back. I think a lot of us feel lost in today's world. So many options, so many decisions, so many responsibilities. While we feel like we're drowning, but who said you need to do it all? From my earlier example with figuring out your core values, this kind of ties into that too. Think of yourself 5 years from now. What would you be proud of when you look back to today? Then get up and slowly start doing those things. The path, 21. The path isn't always clear until you take the first step. I like to give the analogy of driving on a dark road at night. You can have your headlights on or your brights on, but you still would only be able to see so far. You wouldn't know if an animal is going to jump in front of your car or if there's a curve coming up. So go as slow as you need to. The point is to prevent as many hazards as possible, but don't stop completely because you will not get anywhere if you give up. Be okay in the uncertainty of what's to come and be prepared for the unexpected until the sun comes back up again. 22. Always set boundaries, especially with people close to you. I think a lot of us live life thinking that we are misunderstood or shy away from voicing our own needs and expect people to know. But the person that will know you the best is you. When someone or something makes you uncomfortable, speak up. That doesn't mean yell at them or lash out. But if people can't accept your boundaries or respect them, then that's their issue, not yours. We let a lot of things slide, especially with people close to us. But that's where we all go wrong. Start speaking up before you build resentment, because trust me, you will. 23. Always be discerning when meeting new people. In this day and age, we're all much aware of so many more things than before. We're always informed or can do a simple Google search and find out so much about each other. But whether it's new friends or while dating, if someone doesn't feel right, then stop pursuing it. Be cautious but welcoming. Be warm but discerning. You don't have to be a bitch to be looking out for yourself, but if you don't, who will? Yeah, that was a little sassy, but it's true. 24. While dating, give yourself and others a chance. You never know if the next person you meet is going to be your next heartbreak or your life partner. But guess what? No one does. We're all figuring it out as we go. If you need to take breaks from dating, then do. But don't shut yourself off from the world completely. Go to therapy, share moments with friends, or journal through tough moments, but always get back out there. The world doesn't benefit when we shut ourselves off, and neither do we. 25. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. Nowadays, we're moving so fast all the time. Going from work to hang out with a friend or to an appointment, etc. Just take the breaks, do the things that bring you joy, and when the time comes, get back to your normal speed. Don't beat yourself up in your low moments and appreciate the highs when they come. You'll be okay. Just breathe, go for a walk, listen to music, drink some water. It's always the simple things we forget to do that will bring us back to our base. 26. Find your strengths and lean into them. A lot of us doubt ourselves. We look to others to find our own value in this world. We are social animals, of course, so there's a natural comparison to see where we stand in the world. But you need to figure out what your strengths are and lean into them or build on them, because this world will chew you up and then spit you out. You got to figure out what you're good at, what people value or need, and how you can do it. In some sense, how can you bring value to others and the world through your strengths? And lastly, 27, stop pretending you're okay and ask for some help. We have become so accustomed to pretending and smiling and telling everyone we're good when we're really not. You need to stop lying to yourself and to other people. Be honest, because until you admit to yourself when you need an extra hand or a shoulder to cry on, you will not be asking for help. Acceptance is key. This is also when you'll know who's real or not. People who love you will come through. And for our little bonus, learning or lesson that came from my precious sister, Jaren, it was make a plan, but be ready to pivot when things don't go as planned. We all make plans to achieve our goals, and most of the time it doesn't go as planned, so then we get discouraged and stop trying altogether. Feel your feelings and be upset, but ultimately figure out a way to pivot, because rejection is God's protection, as they say. If you know how to adapt to life's changes, it makes going through life's chapters much easier. Be ready to accept that life isn't always going to take on the path you etched out. Be okay with it. Create a list of 5 things that motivate you and come back to it whenever you need a refresher. Keep remembering why you started so you can keep going. All right, and with that, those are the 27 things that I could say I learned in my 27 years. I don't know why I said it like that. 27 years on this earth, with a little bonus from my sister. A lot of people tell me that I'm wiser or more mature than my age, and I think that is true because of all the things I've been through, and have come out stronger on the other side for sure. But these are things that I feel like are always in the back of my mind when I think of the decisions I'm making for the future, or reflecting on what I've gone through, and if I'm trying to learn from what I went through and looking forward and how I'm going to lead my life. How do I deal with other people? How do I show up in the world? I think those are very important things. I think we forget that we are all individuals. I think we get stuck up on oh, what would this person think? What would that person think? But at the end of the day, when you put your head down on the pillow at night, you're the one dealing with your anxiety or your depression or your, racing thoughts. It's make the decisions for yourself. I hope some of these points resonated with some people, because I really do think these are things that I constantly tell myself or think about. And like I said earlier, it took me about 2 days to write all of that. and reflect on it. And I'm sure there are other things maybe I missed, and maybe I'll do one when I'm 30, 3 years from now, of 30 things or 30 new things I've learned about life. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy and big, but yeah, I hope that this was helpful in some way. And I really enjoyed writing these down, reflecting on them, and looking back. Like, it's crazy to think that I'm 27, honestly. Like, to be as old as you are, sometimes you don't think you're going to make it to a certain age. I'm not trying to be like depressive about it, but you don't think about, like when I'm 27 or when I'm like 40, when I'm this, like that age, you don't, like I normally don't think about like, oh, when I'm going to be 35 or whatever. So until you get to that age, you don't really know what you're going to see or what you're going to face in life. And I hope for those that are going through their own struggles, or maybe have been reflecting on life lately, or just, maybe looking forward to be better and make decisions in a different way. Like, I hope this is helpful in that reflection period for you. And with that, I'll leave it here. But I don't think I've been doing this closing for a while, so I forgot to say, but previously, like, please follow me on Instagram if you do follow me already, or if you don't. Follow my Spotify podcast page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I would love to hear from others if you do want to share what are things that like you learned, if you'd like to share, and give me a like. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.